Guys, so for this look I'm just laying down a primer right now, and I'm using my MAC Painterly Paint Pot for this. I just find that it covers up the veins in my eyes really well and just leaves a nice base. You just have to make sure not to use too much. And now I'm going into the Beauty Killer palette, and I'm going to take that China White and I'm going to lay that down over top of the primer, just so there's no dragging or skipping when I put any of my eyeshadow down. Definitely don't want that. That's just going to give us a nice clean slate to lay down the next color, which is Courtney. And that's going to be my transition color. I'm obsessed with this color. I've been using this for pretty much all of my eyeshadow looks. It's just a really nice color. And we're just going to zoom through this because it's boring. Not the most fun. Still laying down the transition color. This kind of takes a little bit of time. You just want to build it up nice and slow. I find that I actually do a little heavier of a transition color than most people do. Anytime I watch any YouTube videos, I always see people just doing a very light transition color, but I kind of like to build it up. I guess because I'm so pale, it's harder to see those colors on me. Now we're going to go into Star Power from the Jeffree Star Beauty Killer palette. And we're going to start laying that down in the outer corner of the eye here. And kind of building it onto the eyelid as well. That tape was giving me some problems. I didn't take a big enough piece. But we're just going to start building that up on the outer corner, into the crease, and onto the lid as well. This color is super blendable, even though it is a very bright color. It's very easy to work with, but I still... when I use it, because it is so pigmented, I want to make sure that I don't grab too much. I mean, you can see the stain on my brush there. It's very pigmented, but you just want to make sure you go slow with it. Now I'm going into Confession in Violence. And I'm going to lay that down onto the lid on top of that Star Power pink color, to kind of just give it a little different dimension there, so it's not all, one solid color. I didn't grab enough, so I'm going back in and laying some more down. And it doesn't change the look of it too much, but it does give it a little bit of a different look. Differentiate it from the rest of the pink there. Now I'm just blending over that, those two colors that I laid down, just to make sure that there's no hard edges. And I'm going back into the original brush that I used to lay down Courtney, and again just doing the same thing, buffing out any of those edges to make sure that everything's clean. This does have kind of a sharp look to it though, so I didn't want to blend it out too much. And now we're going to go into Vanity. And I'm going to lay that down just on the outer edge of my eye to kind of deepen it up. This you want to do slowly as well, just to kind of build it up since it is such a pigmented color. You don't want to lay too much down at once. So just lay a little down, go back, pick some more up as you need it, and deepen it up. Now I'm going to go into Rich Bitch, and I'm going to start laying that down on the inner corner. I did use my Mario Badescu aloe and rose spray to kind of wet the brush, just so it laid down a little easier. This color is extremely pigmented, but it is also a little powdery as well. I think that it actually does have glitter in it, so it just makes it kind of difficult to just pick it up with a dry brush without it kind of falling out everywhere. So using a spray or even water, you can use eye drops as well, like Visine eye drops. And that'll help too to kind of get the pigments to all stick together so you can lay them down. And I'm just working that onto the inner corner and kind of onto the pink as well, so it just blends nicely. And I just kept kind of laying some down just to build the color up so it was nice and gold. I'm just laying that down onto the pink on the other eye as well. And I went into, or I'm sorry, I used that original brush as well. Again, just to kind of blend the pink and the gold together. Just so there was no harsh lines. Favorite word, harsh lines. Definitely don't want any of those. Just blend it all together so it doesn't look segmented or anything like that. Now we're going to start on the complexion, and I'm using my Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. Love this primer. Super good for drier skin. I'm just going to lay that all down on my face and my neck. And now I'm going into my Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation, and I'm in color 1-in-1 Ivory. I'm fairly certain that is the lightest color. And I'm going to use my Morphe M443 brush. And just dot that all over. I have a lot of redness. My face actually isn't that red in person. I think the lights and the background make it appear much more red than it is in person. But I'm just going to use this to kind of cover everything up. It's really hot in Florida. I think it was 102 yesterday. So a foundation like this definitely comes in handy if you're going to be outside or you're sweating. It really does stay in place, as it says, and lasts all day. Plus it gives really good coverage. I don't tend to build it up too much, but I definitely put a good layer on. I also like to take it down my neck as well, just to make sure everything matches. Now I'm using my Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in Fair Neutral. And we're just going to sharpen up that eyeshadow and conceal and highlight under the eyes. And I like to bring it around my nose as well to kind of conceal the redness. This is the lightest concealer that I have, and I still think I need a lighter one. Taking my Bye Bye Pores from IT Cosmetics and just putting that all over to set the foundation. I don't like to use powder because I tend to have drier skin, but I find that if I don't, bronzer, blush, highlighter, they all tend to come out patchy. And I did skip this step on camera, but I used the RCMA No Color Powder to bake that concealer under my eyes. Now I'm going in with the Physicians Formula BB Bronze Booster in light to medium. I absolutely love, love, love this bronzer. It is so nice, so smooth, and I'm just gonna warm up the face a little bit, not contouring or anything like that, just warming everything up so I don't look so ghastly. Just warming up my forehead. And I kind of spend a lot of time on this only because I don't want to look crazy. I want to make sure everything's blended. So I'm just going to warm up my cheeks a little bit. And now I'm applying my blush, and I'm using the MAC Mineralize Skin Finish Blush in Dainty. This is one of my all-time favorite blushes. I absolutely love the MAC Mineralize Skin Finish blushes. They just have like this beautiful sheen to them, and they last all day on me, which is awesome. My face tends to eat blush for some reason. So I just really like this one. It's very light, so I think it works well with this look because I don't want to go too crazy on the blush, considering the eyes are so dramatic. Now I'm going to apply my Jeffree Star Skin Frost, and this is in the color Ice Cold. These highlighters are amazing. They're on a totally different level. I know anytime a new highlighter comes out, everyone says, oh my gosh, this one's the best. This one's amazing. But I mean, look at that. It's amazing. They're so creamy. The texture is so different. I'm just kind of dragging that on the tops of my cheekbones, and I was having a moment there with the highlighter because it was just too much for me to handle. I'm just going to take it onto this cheekbone and down onto the cheek itself just so it blends. I don't want it to look harsh and out of place, so I like to blend it onto the blush. Put a little on the tip of my nose and the bridge of my nose. And then a little on my Cupid's bow. I know a lot of people don't like putting that there because they think it makes them look sweaty, but I like it. I'm also going to put a little on my chin, just so we look glowy. Why not? I like to put it above my eyebrows as well. And because these have such a different texture than any other highlighter, after I apply it, I like to take my fingers and just blend it in. Now I'm going to go back into Courtney, and then I'm going to drag this along the bottom of my lash line just to kind of bring everything together. Now I'm going to go into Star Power, that bright pink color. And I'm going to drag that along the lash line as well, a little higher than I placed Courtney, just so we don't cover it up. I just want everything to kind of connect and look like it matches. I went back into Courtney and just kind of buffed it out a little more, just to blend it all together. I took the gold color Rich Bitch and put that in the inner corner there as well, and kind of connected it around the top and the bottom, just so they matched on top and bottom there. And I did the same thing with this that I did when I put it on my inner corner of my lid. I wet the brush a little bit with the Mario Badescu Aloe and Rose Water. I got a little bit in my eye, so that's why I'm kind of blinking like a crazy person. Like I said, it does have like kind of chunky, I don't want to say chunky bits or anything, but it definitely has glitter in it. So it did kind of get into my eye on my contacts, which was a little annoying. And I just took this color and I kind of drug it down my eye a little bit as well. And I went back into that color Violence with a flat definer brush just to kind of ground the look a little more. I put that really close to the lash line and connected it on the outer corner of my eye as well. And I took an LA Girl Endless Liner Pencil in black just to put on my waterline. Curled my lashes, applied a coat of mascara, and then popped on my false lashes. And now I'm just using the Jordana Easy Liner in Rose to line my lips. I didn't take a lot of time to do this, so it didn't come out that great. I was kind of in a rush, but I used the Jeffree Star Cosmetics liquid lipstick in Rose Madder, which I absolutely love.